Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Margaret. A few weeks ago, I was sitting on a bench at the park near my daughter's place, and I got to talking with a group of retirees, 7 of them, all somewhere between 70 and 80 years old. And I thought, well, I'm not going to waste this. I asked every single one of them the same question. Looking back, what do you regret about retirement?
Down their answers on a napkin, because of course I didn't bring a notebook, and today I want to walk you through the top 5 things they said. Some of these might surprise you. Some of these you've probably already heard whispers of, but hearing it straight from people who are actually living it, that hits different than reading it in some article. So grab your coffee or your tea or whatever you drink at 5 in the morning, like I apparently do now, and let's get into it.
Chapter 2. Wish they retired earlier.
Every single one of them, all 7, said some version of, "I wish I'd retired sooner." Now, here's the thing you have to remember. These folks retired at 65 because that's just what you did back then. There wasn't the same conversation about early retirement, side hustles, coast fire, any of that. You worked till 65, you got your gold watch, and that was that. So their biggest regret wasn't that they retired too early. Heaven knows nobody said that. It's that they didn't find a way to give themselves more time in what one of them called the good years. One gentleman, I think his name was Walter, put it this way. He said, "I had the energy at 60 that I don't have at 75. I just didn't have the freedom yet." That one stuck with me, because it's not about the number on the calendar. It's about lining up your energy with your freedom while you still have both. Chapter 3. Wish they'd spent more money when they were younger. This one genuinely surprised me. I expected people to say they wished they'd saved more. Instead, almost all of them said the opposite. They wished they'd spent more earlier. As you age, you naturally do less. It's not sad, it's just true. A progression, one woman called it. Less activity, less inclination to travel, sometimes health or insurance gets in the way. So the things they thought they'd get around to in retirement, the trip to Portugal, the cruise, the fancy dinner they kept putting off, a lot of them never happened because by the time they had the money, they didn't have the same body or the same nerve to go do it. One of them said something like, "We don't need as much money at the end as we thought we would to do the things we actually wanted to do." Meaning they'd been so busy saving for a retirement they pictured being adventurous that by the time they got there, the adventure had quietly slipped away from them. Chapter 4. Wish they'd taken better care of their health. Now this one, nobody was shocked by this one, including me. One woman, very sweetly, admitted she loves her sweets a little too much. That's her words, not mine, though I felt personally attacked. She said if she could go back, she'd have taken her doctor's advice more seriously 20 years earlier, instead of waiting until her joints and her blood pressure started sending her strongly worded letters. She said something that I've been thinking about ever since. They've got the wisdom, so listen to it. Meaning, when your doctor or your own body is telling you something, don't file it away for later. There isn't as much later as you think, and the version of you at 50 has so much more leverage to fix things than the version of you at 75. Her actual plan going forward? Dessert once a week instead of every night. Small, doable, not depriving herself completely, just moving in the right direction instead of ignoring it entirely. Chapter 5. Wished they'd taken up a hobby. This was the one that hit me hardest, honestly. Several of them said that once you settle into retirement, say after 70 or 75, you start to wish you had something other than the television to fill your days. Woodworking, puzzles, gardening, whatever it might be. Something that gets you up in the morning with a reason to move. One man told me he's picked up writing, of all things. He's putting together a little memoir for his great-grandchild who was just born, and he's planning to give it to her when she turns 18. He said it's the thing that gets him out of bed some mornings, and honestly, when he told me that, I nearly welled up right there on the park bench. Another one said photography, something he dabbled in his whole life but never took seriously, is the thing he wishes he'd leaned into sooner. Because now that he has the time, he doesn't have quite the same patience or steadiness in his hands that he used to. The theme underneath all of it was the same. Find something now before retirement forces the question on you. Because chores fall away as you age. You stop mowing your own lawn, you hire someone to clean the gutters, and if you don't replace that time with something that lights you up, the days get very long and very quiet. So there you have it. 5 things straight from people who are actually living the retirement we're all still planning. Retire a little sooner if you can manage it. Spend a little more on the things that matter while your body still lets you enjoy them. Take your health seriously well before it demands your attention. And for heaven's sake, find a hobby now, not later. You might agree with some of this. You might not. You might be a homebody. You might be someone who wants to travel the world the second you clock out for the last time. Everybody's different. And this is just advice. Take what's useful and leave the rest. If you've got something to add to this list, something you regret or something you think you might regret one day, put it in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and honestly, some of my favorite ideas for future videos have come straight from you. Don't forget to like the video, it's free, and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.